So I started this video because as you start to get older, and because I drive the bus, my knees cramp up on me. We're going to talk about how important it is to stretch before we get out of bed. As I was getting dressed this morning, I was thinking about this would be a good video topic, stretching for seniors, or stretching for people like myself. I'm in my 50s, but I think when it was about maybe 20 years ago, I was hanging up some curtains, and this is where the problem began with my knees. I was hanging up some curtains in my living room, and my son came home at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. The house was asleep. Everybody was still in the bed asleep, but my son was getting off from work, and he rung the doorbell, and I was standing on a crate, on a milk crate. And when he rung the doorbell, it startled me, and I fell. And from then on, I twisted my ankle. That year turned out to not be such a great year for me because I twisted my ankle and my knee. So moving forward, as I've gotten older, they say your things don't heal as quick as they used to. Well, as you get older, those things that you did as a young person, as a young adult, they find their way back in your life, and you start to feel all of these aches and pains. So I didn't know what I was going to do. I drive the bus. I was driving the bus every day, and I always stretch. I would get up in the morning and I would do some little knee bends. I took yogas several years ago, like maybe in 2010, 11, I was taking Bikram's yoga, and that really helped. It made me conscious about, how important it is to stretch. And so once I started driving, I was driving the commuter bus, and I really didn't feel it then, but it wasn't until I started driving for the disabled community that I was feeling the aches and pains, because my knee, that left knee, is a bad knee for me. It sometimes wake me up at night, and I would take a leave and, all type of pain medication just to try to get some rest so I could get back up. But if you're in a position where you are sitting most of the time, you need to bend your knees. You need to stretch. So I'm going to share with you some stretches that I do when I get out of bed, before I get out of bed in the morning. First of all, I read my scripture and get my motivation going. But before I get out of bed, I have to bend my knees and I have to stretch, because if I don't, then I'm going to be stiff the entire day. So if you're feeling that, then this is something I hope that will help you. It's a ton of information online that you could do, but it is important as we get older that we stretch. And another thing, this will keep you from falling. This will help control your balance some, because when you get up and you got cold knees and you fall out the bed, or you just trip, the smallest thing will cause you to trip. So here we go. So the first thing that I do, I lay across my bed. Let me take these pillows off. I lay across my bed and I stretch. And I just work my knees. Hold up. You can't see me that good. I work my knees just to wake them up. And once I do that, I do it about 10 times, maybe 2 sets of that, just to wake them up. Then, this is that bad knee. I do this 10 times. And then I switch on the other leg. Now, while I'm doing this, I'm pulling that knee back because where the pain is right here. And it's also in the back of my knee. So I'm pulling it back. It kind of hurt. And when you first start doing this, it's going to hurt. But as time go on, it'll start to feel a lot better. But you will notice if you don't do this on a daily, you'll feel it. So now you turn over and you do the same thing to the other leg. So you continue to, everything that you do is a balance. So then I put my knees together and then I do this 10 times. So this is waking my knees up. It's getting my knees ready. And once I do that, then I do that bicycle. I do this 10 times. My knees is starting to warm up. I'm feeling good. And then I'll take that knee and I'll just work it around in a circle. I'll do that 10 times. And I'll do this, switch up, and do it on the other knee. Okay? And then just stretch. You know, it's no right or wrong way to do it, but your main thing is to wake your knees up. How I finish it though, is I get on the back of my, sit on the back of my butt. I bring my knees behind me. Now that's gonna probably hurt if you haven't sat in this position in a long time. But you sit on the back of your knees. Now, before I started this, I couldn't do this. I couldn't sit on the back of my knees because it was a lot of pain and my muscles was really tight. And that is how I ended. I also pray in the bed. That's also in a knee bending position. Oh. You could tell I'm not a guru, exercise guru, but I'm just showing you the small things that you do in the morning, how you start your day. It's important. That bed is more than just for sleeping. It's for exercising, it's for praying, it's for meditation, it's for whatever it is that you want it to be. And being that I'm single, I'm all over this bed. So, in your praying position, you know, you able to give God all the honor and the glory in that praying position. And not asking yourself, did I pray today? You definitely did, because you stretched them knees and you got up. The last thing that I want to show you is this. Trying to get that situated for you. But the last thing that I want to tell you is getting out the bed and doing some squats. Squats will definitely, now that you have awakened your knees, you can do those squats comfortably. And that's another thing, that's bending your knees. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing is about getting you in a position to stretch. That's how important it is to stretch. And then one more thing I want to show you. One more thing. Now I do this in the shower. While I'm taking my shower, I pull my knees behind and try to touch my butt. So, and then I'll bend. You know, you got the wall. You got the wall right there. So I'll put my hand on the wall and I'll bend. And then I'll let my leg down gently, and then I do the other leg, grabbing my ankle behind where my foot is, and I bend. And you do this a few times. You got the sink when you get out the shower, and you can bend. And you do that 10 times. You know what I'm saying? So it's all in what you do. It's making an effort, and it's also, will it eliminate the leaves and whatever else that you take? Maybe, maybe not. Sometime I don't have to take an Aleve. Sometime I do. It all depends on how long I've been sitting. But if you're up in age, you want to do everything that you can. You want to do, you want to do everything that you can. Trying to get that. You want to do everything that you can while you're able to. Prescription medicines are temporary fixes, but you still have the ability to get out the bed. But think about what you could do before you get out the bed, before you start your day, before you take your shower and get dressed. Stretch. It'll make all the difference in the world for you. Okay? Now, like I said, I'm no guru at this, but as I was getting dressed, I was like, let me turn on my video and show them something. Just, give you a thought, an idea, something that you can do. And that's so easily that you don't even have to go to the gym and do. You could do this in the comfort of your own home. And especially since they got us on lockdown right now, you find what it is in your house, in your comfort zone. In your comfort zone, and make it happen. So this is your girl, Charlie. I want to say thank you for spending a little bit of your tea time with me. And I hope this, gets you started on why it's important to stretch, and especially for seniors, how important it is, because a lot of times people have to have knee replacements. And I don't want to have to do that. If I can do something that can prevent that, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try everything that I can before I have to call the doctor. Okay? So take care, and we'll talk soon.